Tonight, and I'm looking forward to seeing in action Paul Briggs against Anthony Begini. Paul Briggs, 27 years of age. Begini, certainly the older of the two, not too much in the way of weight.
Smaller Begini, New Zealand.
Another southpaw.
There he is, Anthony Begini in the red shorts. What a tremendous competitor over many years, Anthony Begini.
31 bouts, 22 wins, 9 losses and 14 knockouts, but 38 years of age. Will that count against him tonight, against his much younger opponent?
Oh, I believe so, Peter. I think that Briggs is arguably one of the hottest property in Australia at this particular time. Begini just recently, last month, 26th of October, or sorry, the month before, fought for the IBO World Cruiserweight title. And Begini is not really a cruiserweight. He fought the murderous punching Sebastian Rothman in his own backyard over in South Africa.
Paul Hurricane Briggs.
There he is, Paul Briggs. Born in Brisbane.
Trainer Rod Waterhouse in his corner. From Fistic Fury over in Nerang, Wandon Street, Nerang. And what a professional outfit they are, with Brian Berry in the background, you'll see. And Paul Briggs. I know his wife Tasha will be watching tonight. And I hope that you're well, and I hope that your little baby that's on the way, Tasha, another little kickboxer or boxer perhaps. The ultimate professional, the Hurricane. 27 years of age. 18 fights, 17 wins, 14 KOs. His last fight was September 18 in the year 2002. This will be his 5th fight for the year. He's won every one by knockout. Can he do the job again tonight? Certainly looks confident enough.
Sure does.
As he winds the crowd up and steps over the top rope, you'll notice that he's wearing Ray's gloves tonight. The greatest gloves in the world, Mexican boxing gloves. And they're supplied by Ray Fleming down in northern New South Wales. Hello, Ray. As we go to our ring announcer, Mr. Howard Lee.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Hartman Global proudly presents our main event of the evening. 10 rounds of boxing. Ladies and gentlemen, in the light heavyweight division, an international contest, New Zealand, Australia, Australia versus New Zealand. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first on my right, occupying the red corner from South Auckland, where David Tua country is, former New Zealand light heavyweight champ and PBA light heavyweight champ, current New Zealand cruiserweight champion, the only professional boxer in New Zealand history to twice fight for a world championship, WBA in Atlantic City and IBO in South Africa in October this year. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to centre ring with a record of 31 fights, 22 wins, 9 losses, 14 big wins coming by way of knockout. Scaling 82.05 kilograms. Ladies and gentlemen, with Sam Lawrence in the corner from Auckland, New Zealand, wearing red trunks, Anthony, the Maltese Molar Begini. And across the ring on my left, occupying the blue corner, ranked by the World Boxing Council, number 8 light heavyweight in the world, by the IBF, number 10 light heavyweight in the world. Getting ready for the Costa Zoo undercard at Telstra Dome in Melbourne on January 19. Ladies and gentlemen, OPBF light heavyweight champion and a 2-time champion in the light heavyweight division. Ladies and gentlemen, with a fight record of 18 fights, 17 wins, 1 loss, 14 wins, coming by way of knockout, with Rod Waterhouse in the corner. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome the Hurricane, Paul Briggs. Wearing black trunks with the skull and crossbow. Your judges are ringside, John McCubbin, Andrew Campbell and Nika Williams, Dr. Peter Lewis, Damien Membry tolling the bell. WBF World Boxing Federation referee in charge of the action. 10 rounds, Chris Anderson. Let's get it on. It's showtime on main event.
Okay, boys, nice and clean. Protect yourselves at all times. There's a neutral corner there and behind me in case of a knockdown. You stay there until I signal for you to come out. Understand? Good luck, boys.
All right, the main event of the night, Paul Briggs and Anthony Begini.
The time for talk is over, Peter
It
Landy,
is.
Barry Michael.
A very intense Paul Briggs there, giving his opponent the really evil eye, and he really means business.
Chris Anderson, our referee, waiting the bell, and out they come for round one.
Anthony Begini in his southpaw stance, a nuggety southpaw.
He's all business, Paul Briggs. Nothing asked, nothing given. Turns to the southpaw stance already.
He actually did say that he was going to box southpaw in this fight.
Someone said that. Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's a big left hand. He's in trouble, Begini, already.
Hurt him already.
He's hurt him. It's going to be all over in, I tell you, when he wants to, I reckon. There it is.
Left hook.
A short
he's
left
in
hook,
trouble
a
already,
ripper of
Anthony
it.
Begini. It was always a matter of only just how long, and Begini's down. He's not happy about it, Anthony Begini, but there's not much you can do about that.
No, this is not going to go much longer, viewers.
When Paul Briggs has his opponent, he's a great finisher, Briggs.
Is he ever?
If he's got an opponent in trouble, it's going to be all over. Begini, as much as he'll want to go on.
This won't go much longer.
Chris Anderson having a very close look.
Not going to go much longer, I tell you.
But let me tell you this, Begini was the only fighter that was prepared to fight Briggs.
I believe it. He's a vicious
I
puncher.
mean, Briggs needs rounds. He's keen.
Anthony Begini trying to have a go now.
He's certainly not the fighter that he was, Peter Landy, Anthony Begini. He was one of the most feared fighters. Chris
Here we
Anderson's
go.
going to stop this. That's all over. That's all over. He's going to stop it, Chris Anderson.
Well, there isn't any more.
Certainly, what else can you do? Can only win.
Too easy, that one.
Oh, he was outpassed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Outpassed.
No, he's a very explosive puncher, Paul Briggs. He's a super exciting prospect and on his way to a shot at the World Light Heavyweight Championship.
Well, the light heavyweight championship in the that has been declared vacant now. Roy Jones Jr. challenging John Ruiz of all people for the WBA heavyweight championship. So he's had to vacate the WBC light heavyweight title.
And that's just good news
Certainly for Paul Briggs.
Very good news.
Well, a little bit of a teaser tonight if you're a Paul Briggs fan. We didn't see enough of him. But he just passed off his opponent. So we'll await the official decision from our ring announcer. But, well, how far can he go? Howard mentioned he's on the undercard of the Costa Zoo fight. So is that going to be his next outing?
Yes, January the 19th here in Melbourne, and of course Paul Briggs has had most of his fights here in Melbourne now, and he's had his last 3 or 4 fights here, I think, and it's his second home, Melbourne. So he loves it down here, as most people do. Being an old Melbourneite myself, Barry.
Exactly, Brad.
Oh, we haven't left.
I left for quite a while, Peter, but I came back.
There's that little right hook that caught Begini, stunned him right on the cheekbone. Briggs just unleashes with murderous lefts and rights, and Begini, of course, has got no answer to it. Probably, in hindsight, not a great fight for Begini, and
Certainly not a great fight for Begini.
well, you know, maybe there was someone that could test Briggs out. I don't know who. We've certainly tried very hard to find, well, not me, but everyone else has tried very hard to find an opponent that's going to stand up to Briggs, but I don't think there's anyone in this country.
No, look at what he's done. He's just destroyed everybody.
Well, who would you be looking at for an opponent?
You've got to look overseas now for opponents, and he needs to step up, you know, to some of those top world-class guys overseas. And again, you've got to be a bit cautious, I guess. But he really looks as though he can do everything.
Well, he has got it all hands. You've seen that little right hand that came, and then he came across with a little left, and
He's so fast, Brad.
yeah, and he's got great hands. He's got power in both hands, but he can box as a southpaw, as we saw there. But,
Look, you know, Peter, you didn't see much of him. He fights well up close too. He's a vicious body puncher. Throws beautiful short uppercuts. Looks a complete fighter.
as we await for the official decision from our ring announcer, Mr. Howard Lee.
Well, he hardly got out of a sweat tonight, or hardly got into a
I
sweat.
think Howard got more of a sweat than Paul Briggs
He did.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, referee Chris Anderson stopped the carnage. 1 minute, 23 seconds into the first round. Your winner, the Hurricane, Paul Briggs.
we'll see if we can get an interview with our winner. Howard's up there, and let's go to him now.
Paul, you've captured the imagination of boxing fans in Australia around the world, and of course this was a prelude to Fighting American Bo Skipper on January 19 next year at Telstra Dome on the big world title card.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Anthony for taking the fight. You know, we've been challenging all the guys in the top 10, and they're all, none of them want to bar me, which I don't understand, but, you know, I don't know. I just want to thank Anthony for taking the fight. I'm really looking forward to the fight and supporting Kosher. Bo Skipper's already pulled out from fighting me, so we're looking for another opponent now, and this is the hardest thing that I'm sort of facing at the moment. So it's been 12 years in the making, this mindset. There's nobody on the planet that can beat it, and I'll show that. I'm going to be Australia's next world champion, and we're going to do it from Melbourne. You're going to see it all here on Main Event. We're going to bring out the best guys, and I will knock them all out, I guarantee you.
Paul, Roy Jones has supposedly vacated light heavyweight championship. Maybe he hasn't, maybe he has. You're aiming for him and others in that division that he held and maybe he still holds.
I think, being realistic, Roy Jones is the only guy in the division that would obviously give me problems. I've seen all the other top 10ers fight, and I'm not worried about any of them. They all seem to be very worried about me. So if Roy moves up, then I'm going to be obviously blessed, and if he wants to come back down, I'll accommodate him, no problems.
Okay, Paul Hurricane Briggs, the big winner here in the first round tonight.
Yes, he certainly was, and let's take a look at what happened tonight, gentlemen. First round, first fight,